Maybe then I'll stop craving other men, she said, giving me a book called How to Be More Alpha as my birthday gift. So I thanked her and left. Now she's used and discarded by alphas, broke and begging me to come back. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway account for obvious reasons. It's a long one, but if you've ever been blindsided by someone you thought had your back, this might hit home. Buckle up. I guess I should start from the beginning to give you some context. My name's Jake. Well, not really, but it'll do. I'm in my early 30s now, but this all kicked off when I was turning 30. Back then, I was your typical steady guy, software engineer at a mid-sized tech firm. Nothing flashy, but I pulled in a solid salary that let us live comfortably. I'd been with Mia for about 5 years. We met in college right at the tail end of our undergrad days. She was studying marketing, full of big dreams about climbing the corporate ladder, traveling the world, all that. Me, I was the practical one, happy with a stable routine as long as it meant building something real together. From the jump, I was all in. When she graduated and landed her first job in a different city, I didn't hesitate. I packed up my life, transferred departments at work, and moved with her. It wasn't easy. I turned down a promotion that would have kept me in my hometown near family, but Mia was excited about the opportunity, and I wanted to support that. Over the years, I covered more than my share of the bills when her entry-level gigs didn't pay much. I even helped pay off a chunk of her student loans because she was stressing about the interest piling up. We're a team, I'd tell her. Your wins are my wins. And for a while, it felt like that. We had our apartment, weekend hikes, inside jokes. But looking back, there were cracks I ignored. Mia started getting really into social media, Instagram, TikTok, all those influencers peddling the boss babe lifestyle. She'd scroll for hours liking posts about high-value men and alpha energy. At first, it was just eye-roll stuff, like her teasing me about my dad bod even though I hit the gym a few times a week. Then it got more pointed. She'd make offhand comments at parties, like comparing me to some guy at her office who just had that commanding presence. Or she'd post memes on her stories about how women need excitement, not just security. I brushed it off as her blowing off steam from work stress, but deep down it stung. I wasn't out there chasing thrills, but I was loyal. I showed up every day, planned surprises, listened when she vented. I thought that mattered. Flash forward to my 30th birthday. I'd been hinting at wanting a low-key celebration, just us, maybe dinner out and a movie. But Mia insisted on making it special at home. She cooked my favorite pasta, lit some candles, the works. I came home from work tired but smiling, thinking, okay, this is nice. We ate, chatted about nothing much, and then she pulled out a wrapped gift with this sly grin. Happy birthday, babe. I think this is exactly what you need. I unwrapped it, expecting something thoughtful like the watch I'd mentioned months ago. Instead, it was a book, How to Be More Alpha, Unleash Your Inner Leader. I stared at the cover, a cheesy stock photo of a guy in a suit looking intense, and laughed awkwardly, thinking it was a joke. Oh, thanks, what's this about? Mia leaned back in her chair, sipping her wine, still smiling, but with this edge to it. Come on, Jake. You've been so predictable lately. Safe. I love you, but let's be real. I've been craving something more exciting. Other men, you know? The ones who take charge, who don't just go with the flow. I felt my stomach drop. The room got quiet, just the hum of the fridge in the background. Craving other men, what are you saying, Mia? She set her glass down, crossing her arms like she was explaining something obvious. It's not like I've done anything yet, but yeah, I've been thinking about it. Guys at work, at the gym, they have this alpha vibe. Confidence that makes your heart race. You're great, don't get me wrong, but you're more beta comfortable, and honestly, it's boring me. I got you this book because if you read it, work on yourself, maybe step up your game, then I won't keep fantasizing about what else is out there. It's my way of helping us, you see? Investing in you so I don't have to look elsewhere. Her words hit like a slap, but she said them so casually, like she was critiquing a movie. I sat there, book in hand, flipping through pages about dominating conversations and building unbreakable frame. Flashbacks hit me. Nights I'd stayed up helping her prep for job interviews. The time I drove 3 hours in the rain to pick her up from a girls' trip when her car broke down. All those sacrifices. And this was how she saw me. A project to fix so she wouldn't cheat. I could feel the anger bubbling, the urge to yell or demand explanations. But something clicked. If this was how she felt, what was there to fight for? I closed the book, looked her in the eye, and said calmly, "Thanks for the gift, Mia. I appreciate the thought." She blinked, caught off guard. "That's it? You're not mad? Come on, talk to me. This is constructive criticism." I stood up, grabbing my jacket from the chair. "No need, you've been clear." "Jake, wait. What are you doing? It's your birthday. Don't overreact. I'm just being honest. Women need alphas. It's biology. If you change a bit, we can be amazing again." I paused at the door, keys in hand. Her tone was so smug, like she held all the cards, expecting me to beg or argue. Instead, I nodded. "Got it. Enjoy your night." And I walked out. No slamming doors, no last words, just detached. I drove to a hotel downtown, checked in, and stared at the ceiling for hours. The confusion hit hard. Why wasn't I enough? Had I missed the signs? But mostly it was this quiet resolve settling in. She didn't value what I brought. Fine. I wasn't going to chase validation from someone who saw me as a beta to upgrade. That night marked the end. I didn't go back the next day. Instead, I texted a friend for a couch to crash on while I sorted an apartment. Mia blew up my phone at first. Messages like, "Where are you? This is ridiculous," and "Come home so we can discuss this like adults." But I kept responses minimal. "We're done. I'll arrange to get my stuff." No begging from me, no confrontation. I hired movers for my share of the furniture, split the lease paperwork through email, and that was it. Clean break. In the weeks that followed, I threw myself into rebuilding. I didn't trash her to mutual friends or post vague subs on social media. I just disappeared from her world. Blocked her number after the essentials were handled. Unfollowed everywhere. Work became my focus. I took that promotion I'd passed on before, which meant longer hours, but a fatter paycheck. I started reading, not her stupid book, which I donated unopened, but stuff on personal finance and mindfulness. Hit the gym harder, not to become some alpha caricature, but because it cleared my head. Joined a hiking group. Made new friends. For the first time in years, I was prioritizing me. It wasn't all smooth. There were nights I'd replay her words, feeling that sting of unfairness. Why did loyalty get labeled boring? Why was stability a flaw? I'd sit with the silence, journaling it out, letting the confusion breathe. No quick rebounds or revenge plots, just processing. Therapy helped too. A few sessions to unpack how I'd ignored red flags. Slowly, the vulnerability faded. I realized her craving said more about her insecurities than my worth. I was building a life that felt authentic, not performative. Word got around through the grapevine that Mia was diving headfirst into the dating scene. Alphas only, apparently. At first, it was this guy from her gym, tattooed, loud, the type who posts shirtless selfies. She bragged to friends about how electric it was. Then another, some entrepreneur type she met at a networking event. I didn't stalk. Snippets came via old acquaintances who felt bad for me. "She's living her best life," one said, but I could sense the undercurrent. Mia was chasing that high she thought I lacked. Little did I know karma was warming up. About 6 months after I walked out, the first cracks in Mia's best life started showing. I wasn't keeping tabs. Honestly, I was too busy with my own stuff. But our old social circle was small and people talk. One mutual friend, let's call him Chris, grabbed coffee with me and casually mentioned she'd hooked up with that gym guy pretty quick. "Bro, she's all in on this alpha hunt," he said, shaking his head, posting about finally feeling alive and all that crap. I just nodded, changed the subject. Inside, though, a tiny part of me wondered if she'd found what she was craving. Turns out no. The gym dude, Brad or whatever, lasted maybe 2 months. From what I heard later, he was all show. Flexed in mirrors, talked big about his empire, which was just a side hustle selling supplements. But behind closed doors, he treated her like an accessory, used her for arm candy at events, then ghosted when a newer model caught his eye. Mia played it off on social media like it was mutual. But Chris told me she was ranting to friends about how men are trash. Ironic, right? The excitement she ditched me for fizzled fast. Then came the entrepreneur type, some slick guy named Derek she met at a work conference. This one seemed more her speed. Charismatic, always networking, driving a leased sports car. She moved in with him after a whirlwind romance, posting couple pics with captions like upgraded to real energy. Our friends started pulling away around then. A few confided in me that Mia had been bad-mouthing me behind my back, calling me too passive to keep a woman like her. Whatever, I was thriving. Landed that promotion. Bought a small condo with the savings I'd stashed. Even started dating casually. Nothing serious, just enjoying my freedom. But Derek, he turned out to be a nightmare. Controlling at first, dictating her outfits, isolating her from friends. Then straight-up abusive, yelling matches that escalated to him throwing her stuff out during fights. The kicker, he was cheating the whole time with multiple women on the side. When Mia confronted him, he flipped it. Called her needy and not alpha enough to handle a real man. Echoes of her own words, huh? She ended up crashing at a friend's place after he kicked her out. But that friend got tired of the drama and asked her to leave. Job-wise, things unraveled too. The stress from the relationship tanked her performance at work and she got let go during a round of layoffs. No severance, just a pink slip and a mountain of credit card debt from trying to keep up with Derek's lifestyle. By year one post-breakup, Mia was a mess. Isolated, bouncing between temp gigs, living in a crappy studio because her credit was shot. Mutual friends stopped defending her when the full story came out. How she'd emotionally checked out on me long before the birthday bomb. One even apologized to me. We didn't know the half of it, man. She painted you as the boring one, but now everyone's seeing the real her. Karma didn't hit like a thunderbolt. It was this slow erosion, her choices piling up until she was left with nothing but regrets. And me? I'd sit with that knowledge during quiet evenings, not gloating, just acknowledging the unfairness had balanced out. The confusion from those early months had turned to clarity. Her cravings were a her problem, not a me flaw. It started small about 14 months after I left, a text from an unknown number. Turns out she'd gotten a new phone. Hey Jake, it's Mia. Been thinking about us a lot. That birthday thing was stupid. I was in a weird place. Miss our talks. Coffee sometime? I stared at it for a minute, then deleted without replying. What was there to say? But she didn't stop. A week later, another. Come on, don't be like this. We had good times. I know I hurt you, but people change. Let's catch up. Still nothing from me. Then the calls started. Voicemails at first, her voice soft, almost nostalgic. Jake, pick up. I saw on LinkedIn you got promoted. Congrats, I'm proud of you. Things have been rough here, but talking to you always grounded me. Call back. I listened once, then blocked the number. But she escalated. Showed up at my old favorite coffee spot one morning. I guess a friend tipped her off that I still went there. I was mid-sip when she slid into the seat across from me. Looking thinner, eyes tired, but trying to play it cool. Jake, wow, you look good. Been working out? I set my cup down, kept my tone even. Mia, what do you want? She fidgeted with her napkin. I messed up big time. Those guys, they weren't what I thought. Brad ghosted me like I was nothing. Derek, he was horrible, controlling, cheating. I realize now what I had with you was real, stable. I took it for granted. Can we try again? I've changed. Her words dripped with hypocrisy. The same woman who'd mocked my stability, now begging for it. I leaned back. Sounds tough, but I'm not interested. She pressed on, voice cracking a bit. Please, I know I said awful things, but it was the influencers, the pressure. I was stupid. We can start slow. Dinner? No. That's when her friends and family got involved. First, a call from her sister Tara, always the meddler. Jake, you need to talk to Mia. She's a wreck because of you. If you'd been more assertive back then, none of this happens. Man up and forgive her. Family's family. I hung up mid-sentence. Then a mutual friend messaged. Dude, Mia is begging me to reach out. Says she needs closure. Her mom's even worried. She's not eating right. Her attempts ramped up. More texts from burner apps. Why are you ignoring me? This is cruel. Then desperate. Jake, I'm sorry. I need help. Lost my job. Might get evicted. You were always there for me before. When that didn't work, the anger surfaced. A voicemail. Fine, be a coward. Hide behind your dignity. I see now why I craved better. You're spineless, but you'll regret this when I'm back on top. It revealed her true colors, entitled manipulative, flipping from please to rage when she didn't get her way. I stayed detached, no responses. My life was mine now. Peaceful hikes, a solid circle of friends, even a new hobby in photography. Her noise was just background static. The final nail came at our mutual friend Chris's wedding, about 2 years after the birthday fiasco. I'd RSVP'd yes, figuring enough time had passed. Walked in with my date. Let's call her Sarah. A kind, grounded woman I'd met through the hiking group. We weren't labeling it yet, but it felt right. Mutual respect, no games. Mia was there alone in a dress that looked like it had seen better days. She spotted me across the room during cocktail hour, made a beeline over. The toll showed. Bags under her eyes forced into a smile. Jake, didn't expect to see you here. With her, I nodded politely. Hey, Mia. She glanced at Sarah, who was chatting nearby, then back to me. Can we talk privately? I sighed. Make it quick. We stepped to a quiet corner. She launched in, desperate now. Look, I've hit rock bottom. Those alphas, they used me, broke me. Derek took everything. My savings, my confidence. I'm temping at a call center, living paycheck to paycheck. But you're glowing, successful, happy. I see that now. I was wrong about everything. Please give us another shot. I'll be better. Her eyes pleaded. But it was all about her. What she needed, what she'd lost. No real remorse for the hurt she caused. I met her gaze, calm and firm. Mia, you said I needed to be more alpha to stop your cravings. Well, I read between the lines of that book you gave me. Turns out being alpha isn't about dominance. It's about knowing your worth and walking away from what doesn't serve you. I did that. Built a life that's mine, not a reaction to yours. She faltered. But we could. No, you're the one who outgrew boring me. Now I'm upgraded, better job, real connections, peace. You're irrelevant to that. Go chase whatever you want, just not here. She stared, mouth opening and closing. The power flipped. Sarah waved me over then, and I turned without another word. Mia lingered a bit, watching from afar as we danced and laughed. Last I heard, she left early, alone. That was 6 months ago. Haven't thought about her since. If anything, she taught me to value myself. No more settling for crumbs. Life's too short for cravings that aren't mutual. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.